Cookin with that.
Welcome back to Cooking with Pat. Today we're gonna do some ribs. How I like to eat ribs, barbecued, nice spice on them. As you can see, I got two racks here, baby back ribs that just took them out of the casing, kind of dried them out, or got them dry, and then I'm gonna take the kind of the skin off. I just use a butter knife and then use a paper towel, just kind of get it started. Paper towel helps me kind of grab it, and as you can see, just kind of pull it off and try to get most of it off. We're going to eat these, so they're, it's not a contest, but just pull that off and away you go. So I'll do this one, and then the next step will be to get spices on it. So as you can see, I have that off the back. Everything on the front, if there's any fat or anything, you can kind of cut that off, but that looks pretty good, what we're looking at. Next step is just to kind of put some spices on it. What I'm going to use is Pit Boss's GSP, which is salt, pepper, garlic. Just kind of put a nice coat of this on here. Then I'm going to use Grippo's barbecue, which, if you're from Cincinnati, it's a chip, but has a real good flavor. Just put a nice coating on there on the back. Put more on the front, but it is a nice barbecue. And then I'm going to put Heath Ryle's honey rub on it, which gives it a good color. Plus it gives it a sweeter flavor with the honey. Kind of running out of it, use it a lot. And then just kind of pat it in. Turn it over and do the same thing on this side. You can use a binder. Use mustard, which I've done before, but it's fairly humid out, so this is sticking on pretty good. And then once I get this on, I'll let this sit on the board, and it should everything will be fine. All the spices and everything will stick on it. By the time I'm ready to get the smoker ready, everything will be it'll be perfect. Oh, got a little bit too much air, but that's all right. Just a good coating of it. We're going to cook these at 275, probably 2.5 to 3 hours. Get it to 202, 202, 205, somewhere in there. I just like the different layers. Gives you the different flavors. Get a little bit more. So now, next step, get the smoker ready. So I'm at 275. I'm ready to put these on. I'm just gonna kind of put this one right in the middle, kind of scrunch it up a little bit. That's how it's gonna cook. I'm gonna check this in a half hour. Again, my hot spot's over on this side, so I'm gonna turn it every half hour. So probably another, hour and a half. Then I might start spraying it with water, keep it moist. But right now I'm just ready to let it cook. So also what I'm going to do on this other one, if you'd like this, I'm going to do a comparison with a stick burner. So if you like that, stay tuned or watch that video also. So it's been a half hour. Again, my hot spot's over here. I'm just going to turn this, kind of get under it. Looking good. We'll look at it in another 30 minutes. So it's been an hour. I just turned these. Looks like it's kind of getting a little dry. So I'm going to put some water on them from the smoker spray bottle. So, it's just water, just keeping them moist. Then we'll check them in another half hour, and then we'll kind of determine when we're going to wrap. So they've been on a little bit over an hour and a half. I took this one off of the pellet. When you look at it, looks good. What we're going to do is kind of wrap these. So I took them off. What I generally do, you can see a kind of a blob. We saved bacon grease. So we just put it in a jar and then put some barbecue down here. And then kind of flip it over. Take two aluminum foil. And what I do, I have the larger aluminum foil than the standard, just because it's more heavy duty and longer. And then that way I have two of them, fold them up. I like to fold it as tight as possible. That way all the juices and everything stay in and it's easy to unfold. So, and then what we'll do is we'll put these back on until they hit 202, 205, somewhere in there, and then we'll get them ready to finish up. So I have them wrapped. What I'm going to do is just kind of put this back on here, just kind of put it right in the middle. And now what we're working on is getting the temperature. So when I check them in 30 minutes, we'll check the temperature. We want to be 202, 205, 206, somewhere in there. And then we'll let them set, and then we'll kind of finish them off. So all I got to do is, doesn't worry about the smoke now because it's covered. Now we're just getting them the temperature. All right, so what we're doing, these have been wrapped for about an hour, so we're just going to check them for temperature. Just going to pull them off here. Feel pretty good. Oh man, they look real good. So just kind of check them. We want to be at 202, 201, 202. I think these are done. So what we'll do is we'll keep them wrapped. I'm going to keep them wrapped for probably 10 minutes or so, and then we'll put some barbecue sauce on them and glaze them, kind of a special thing that I like to do. So we'll let them sit here and they'll cook a little bit more, so they'll probably get up to 205, and then they'll be real good. So we're ready to unwrap these. They've been sitting about 10 minutes or so. Just kind of take them out of the wrapper. Feel pretty good. Oh man, the color on those look great. So kind of how I try to do them. Put a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's back on them. Put that on there. Take the brush, kind of move it around. Cover it up. Take a little bit of the Grippos. Kind of put that on there a little good, make it. And you could put these back on the smoker, but what I like to do, instead of keeping it, because it's at the right temperature, we do a torch. Kind of heating that up, getting it all ready. You can see it. Smells great. That's how I like to do ribs. You know, if you don't have a torch, just put it back in the smoker for 10 minutes or so. Let this heat up, and it'll you know, caramelize, and it'll be good. But if you like what we're doing, you know, like us and subscribe, and again, we're just going to keep on having fun. So until next time, what do I always say?
Spatulas up.
Spatulas up.